Today, we're going to talk about a show that I have recently encountered but fallen in head over heels with. It's none other than Yuri on Ice. So, about a month ago, I was looking to get back into the anime game, not intentionally, but I saw a couple of animes and Yuri on Ice had been on Tumblr for a while and I was curious, what the hell is this thing? Why is everyone so crazy about them? What? Figure skating? No, not my piece of cake. But then, I decided to watch the damn thing since it was just 12 episodes of one season. So I was like, it's half an hour, 12 episodes, 6 hours, you'd be done. I watched the first episode, and the second episode, and then the third, and I binge watched it in a day. Yuri on Ice is a sports anime that focuses on the sport of male figure skating. Written by Mitsuru Kubo and directed by Sayo Yamamoto, it puts focus on the physical strength required and the pleasure of winning. It does the courtesy to believe that you know nothing about figure skating. So they explain all the rules and they even explain the point system so that the audience can understand what's going on. The audience is also shown the innermost thoughts of the skaters when they're skating, their dreams, their hopes, insecurities, and even their reflection on their movements as to what they're doing. The figure skating was choreographed by Kenji Miyamoto. He even performed the routines himself so that they could be recorded and used as sound effects for the show. The main protagonist is Yuri Katsuki, a Japanese figure skater, though he is not the only Yuri. Yuri Plasetsky is a 15-year-old figure skating protege from Russia and it is his first time competing in the Grand Prix. Yuri Katsuki, on the other hand, is getting up there in ages and is finding it hard to keep himself motivated to win, as he is prone to anxiety attacks before his performances. And after a crushing defeat in the Grand Prix final, he decides to put a hold to his skating career and visit his hometown of Hasetsu. Here he goes to meet his old friend Yuku, who now runs an ice rink. So here he mimics the advanced choreography done by Viktor Nikiforov, his idol. Viktor is actually a 5-time Grand Prix winner, and he is wondering if there is anywhere that one can go from the top that is not just the bottom. Unbeknownst to Yuri, that whole routine is recorded and uploaded online, and Victor sees it. Victor decides to travel to Japan to teach Yuri and be his coach and revive his figure skating career. After learning about Victor's decision to go to Japan, Yuri Plasetsky also decides to go to Japan to make Victor keep a promise that he made to him that he would choreograph a routine for Yuri Plasetsky if he won the junior competition, so that he could make a really spectacular senior debut. Victor had actually forgotten about the promise he made, so now the two Yuris compete to find out who gets to keep Victor as their coach. And for this competition, Victor chooses the themes to be love and choreographs routines to agape, selfless love, and eros, sexual or passionate love. And while both of the Yuris choose the kind of love they want to dance to, Victor has other ideas. So he gives eros to Yuri Katsuki and agape to Yuri Plasetsky. Now, this competition is obviously won by Yuri Katsuki, and their journey begins to win the Grand Prix final. Yuri on Ice is unique in the ways that it not only focuses on the main three characters, but it has also fleshed out the stories of all the other characters. And though they may seem archetypical on the surface, they're quickly elaborated upon. Let's talk shipping. First, let me define shipping. Shipping is when someone pairs two people together. It may be romantic, it generally always is romantic, but it might not also, on the other hand, it might not also be romantic, but in this case, we're talking romantic. So, our first ship is Victory. Victory is the pairing of Viktor Nikiforov and Yuri Katsuki. From their very first scene together, the ship of Victory has just been getting stronger. It's a pairing that can be called practically canon. Now, it's not literally canon, but it's not non-canon. Right after Yuri's performance in the China Cup, they even shared a kiss, which was shielded from the public's view. They even go as far as to exchange rings in the steps of a church in Barcelona. And their friends even congratulate them for their wedding rings. Then Victor explains that those are not actually wedding rings, they're engagement rings, and they will marry if and only if Yuri can win on gold in the final. Now, though Victory is the topmost ship in the Yuri on Ice fandom, there is also another ship. That's Ota Yuri, the pairing of Otabek Altan and Yuri Plisetsky. Otabek is a figure skater from Kazakhstan who met Yuri in a training camp or program. Despite the character of Otabek being introduced quite late in the season, the pairing of Ota Yuri has only grown stronger. The anime has been applauded for its depiction of anxiety and mental issues, along with its portrayal of same-sex relationships, though it's also been criticized for the same, saying that an open relationship would face much more scrutiny, especially since the sport of male figure skating is already frowned upon in certain circles. Now, the writers clarified this, saying that it wasn't exactly the real world that they were showing. It was their version of a kind of a perfect world where there are no issues with same-sex relationships. So my review. It's a very enjoyable, it's light, it's fun to watch, and honestly, if you start watching, you'll probably end up binge watching it. The way the whole thing is shot, it's really beautiful. The transitions, some of the transitions, and the closeness with which the figure skating is shot, and the way the whole story tells the tale of all the skaters, not just the most important three, but even the other characters like Otabek and Plichi. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. The characters themselves, the main three, how they evolve from episode 1 to episode 12 is something that it's really nice, because let's start with Yuri Plisetsky / Yurio, and he totally hates Yuri Katsuki. He totally hates Yuri in the beginning, and then by the end of it, he's like, you're stupid and you're not dedicated enough, you're not competing for this. I'll make sure I win the gold so that you have to compete next time. So it's very agape of him. Coming back to Yuri Katsuki, how his confidence grows from episode 1 to the final skate, how he slowly starts to believe in himself, because And the fact that Victor brought it out of him. It's kind of like the important role a teacher plays. Yuri could already do these things when Victor wasn't there. He could do these things, but he didn't have the confidence in himself to get out there and actually do them in public. So Victor helped him get that confidence. It's a must watch. I think it's a must watch. If you're a fan of anime, you should definitely you watch Yuri on Ice if you haven't already. I mean, it took me a year to realize that. Concluding this, I love Yuri on Ice, and I'm waiting for season 2 or the movie, whichever comes first. Toodles!